Hello and welcome to another episode of What Happened Here. Today we're on the coach road, and this road gets its name because it was once the main coach route from Wexford the whole way up through the Blackstairs Mountains and on into Carlow. But the reason we're here today is to talk a little bit about this woodland that's on this road, which has a direct connection to 1798. This woodland was originally part of the Castle Borough domain and would have been planted with some commercial timber, but a lot of hard timber as well. Now, Ireland's economy in the beginning of the 19th century was doing quite well, due largely to the Napoleonic Wars and all of the industry that surrounds this war. Plantations were becoming so stripped of their resources that the Royal Dublin Society were at this stage offering prizes to encourage landowners to plant. In the Chaplain Carew papers, we see Lord Carew planting over 20,000 trees in this area. When you're walking through these woodlands, you can see the remnants of that plantation, the old oak stumps still present, uprooted. This area is known locally as Peader's Hill, and it gets its name from Peader Doyle, who was a faggot cutter in Castle Borough. But it's Peader's daughter Mary who has the direct connection with New Ross and 1798. The leading of women from the historical narrative is not unusual, of course, and in all of the primary sources in relation to 1798, very little is spoken about Mary or her involvement in the Battle of New Ross. However, General Thomas Cloney does talk about Mary. In his narrative in relation to the rebellion, Cloney speaks very highly of Mary. He says that the fallen dragoons were hastily stripped of their arms by a famous Amazon among us, whose name was Doyle, and whom we called the Point of War. She was busily assisting with a small billhook, cutting off the crossbelts of the dragoons and supplying her friends with the cartouche boxes. Cloney said after the rebellion that he felt ashamed that Mary Doyle was so neglected, and stated that if only everyone had 1/10 of the courage that Mary Doyle had, the battle would have ended hastily in a victory for them. So the next time that you take a walk in these lovely woodlands, spare a thought for Mary Doyle, who walked these hills and played a significant role in the Battle of New Ross in 1798.